Welcome to the new episode of Elephant in the Groom with your host, Big Eddie Uzi, live from Chicago. Let's go. What up, everybody? Facebook land, YouTube land, everybody in America getting my studio together. I'm actually meeting with a producer next week who's going to fix everything, coordinate everything up for me today. But in the meantime, just in the event that I'm actually live on Facebook, and I am, I'll be able to see your comments. I'll just pause this so you don't hear it. How you like that? There's a way around everything. I can see myself. Now, I want to know if anyone's out there, if they can hear me. So, if anyone's live, can you please type, I can hear you? Although I'm going to say you can, only because I see the like systolic pressure of the microphone or the diastolic pressure, and it's going up and down. So I'm gonna assume that there's voice coming out. But I'm gonna make this short anyways, so it doesn't matter. So the Mexican Americans and African Americans in Chicago, Illinois, broadcasting live. You guys got a big problem. This isn't a right or a left at this moment anymore. Today in the Belmont Cragen section of Chicago, Belmont Cragen, relatively low crime when you compare it, right, versus other areas of Chicago that are as populated, but it's kind of low crime. You guys got a problem, especially Mexican Americans that live in Chicago. You guys got a real big dilemma. A 23-year-old Mexican American woman, second generation, born in the Grand USA, was almost beaten to death yesterday in the Belmont Cragen section of Chicago. What's up, Clarissa? Can you tell me if you can hear my video, please? And I appreciate you for watching. Just say yes, I can hear your voice. She almost got beaten to death. And I'm not going to say her name. You watch the news, and if you care, and it was a Venezuelan immigrant. And the irony of it is that he just got high off cocaine, and his mind told him to do things. Remember when the Orange Man kept telling you that they literally opened up their asylums and they gave everyone a free flight to the United States? They just let them through. You got a big problem because I know, listen, it's a touchy subject, especially as a Latino, because many of my friends are Mexicans. Many of them. One of my best friends who's living in Florida, he's Cuban, right? But I got half of my Latino friends in Chicago are Mexican. Half of them voted for Trump. They didn't tell you that because they know you'd get all Trump deranged. But half of them voted for Trump. And I'm talking about certified street thugs, Mexican and African American, certified, voted for him. And then you had the other street people, other street brothers that voted the other way around. A lot of them just didn't vote. They just don't really want to vote. But we have to come together somehow and figure out how we can remedy this issue. And we if we get our the people we vote for and we tell them, guess what? You better get 6 Democrats to open up the government and then we can debate on how we can move forward with this. Maybe there's a possibility for some type of amnesty, which I am in favor of. And I know that that's going to piss off a lot of my friends that are hardcore conservatives. And if it pisses you off, that's okay. That's your opinion. My opinion is at some point we're going to need amnesty. There's been some work that I've been trying to get done for a long time that I can't get done because there is a shortage of workers. And what I mean about workers is people that actually know how to do certain things. And I'll leave it there. So we're going to need immigrants. While we're focusing on the undocumented part of this conversation, a lot of people are forgetting that there's a lot of legal immigration going on every day. So the statistics is thus far in this administration, there's been 37,000 legal immigrants who have come here the right way. But now we have the issue of the people that have been here for a very long time who have become valuable citizens, although you did break a law. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to be upright because I'm a failed Catholic. We all sin and fall short of the glory of God. But what I'm trying to convey is that if I went to Mexico without papers and overstayed my visa and I made a shit show out of myself, I'm pretty sure the police wouldn't even have to worry about it because some cartel member would be insulted by my behavior and take care of me on behalf of his country. Luckily for a lot of undocumented people, Americans tend to be a little bit more hold-hearted. Okay? I am in favor of it. I have my reasons for it. It may be my Catholicity, it may be a lot of other factors. But I do lean conservative. I'm a big proponent of Trump. His policies work. And when they don't work, it's because people don't want him to work and they make a big deal out of it. And he gets things done. The times that he's failed, he's done what he done his whole life. Get out of it. I laugh when people say he's a failed businessman. Um, I don't know failed businessmen that are worth billions. But that's a topic for another day. But the black and Mexican community have a big dilemma. Why? Because this unvetted style of immigration during the last 4 years was dumped into your community. See, I don't have any around me. I don't. Because in my area, you kind of have to own to live here. So I don't have any near me. So really, I don't have to say anything. But if you're a renter, if you're renting somewhere right now, you got problems. And instead of you saying, what about the people living here and forcing the hand of local government to do something about it, or you don't elect them, you keep falling for someone else's narrative. Should we be compassionate? Yes. But to what extent? And if someone in your family got raped and killed by an undocumented person, I bet you would change the way you think about it. The problem is you think it's not happening because we're living in two realities. Algorithms have split us into two separate cells. We're living in one reality. The conservatives get fed one narrative, the liberals get fed another. So we're living in like a multiverse, but the time is at the same time. But someone like me, is going to tell you the truth, the middle ground, the truth, whether it hurts or not. That's how it is. I live in Chicago. The vast majority of my best friends are liberals, and I would never turn my back on them. I love them to death. We converse for hours. We have fun because we have a lot of stuff in common until we talk about the orange man. But we have enough decency and respect for each other to either stop talking about the orange man or make a few more points and then talk about other stuff. Now, if we can do it and we're not elected officials, what gives our elected officials the right not to? Because they should be leading by example, not me. How am I setting an example for what you should be doing in the federal government? The fact that some people, Americans, will go hungry in 9 more days, those that are low income, Americans, who are the only ones that deserve these services, unless you're here vetted, then you are entitled under certain circumstances. But those programs, those entitlement programs, are for us when we're going through it. It's not to live off. It's not to live off of that grid forever in infamy. It's an assistance to get on your feet. And then some of us will have to rely on it forever, and that's fine. That's why it's there to help. But November the 1st, it's going to be no help. And if you have been spending your money not wisely, if you have been drinking your life away, smoking your life away, and I'm not talking about a little bit of nicotine, I'm talking about THC. If you've been buying brand new sneakers, if you've been spinning the block on brand new rims, I don't want to hear you crying that you ain't got nothing to eat on Thanksgiving. I don't want to hear it. You better go to a food pantry. You better go to Saint Sylvester's Catholic Parish, and they're gonna have Thanksgiving there. Go see what churches are gonna have it. I don't want to hear that you're hungry if you're misspending your money, like if you're rich, if you're getting high or drunk, and then you ain't got no food. I don't want to hear it if I know you got bad habits. If you are a great person and you're going through it, you could come on by my house because my fat ass is gonna eat on Thanksgiving. My fat ass every day is Thanksgiving. Thank God. But I work. I do what I got to do to support my family. I have great relationships with great people. You should try that. In other words, the relationships that I've built haven't been because they agree with everything and anything I do, right? It's because we've developed great communication and we get things done together, despite the fact that we may be of different religions, of different backgrounds, of different political ideologies. We get it done. So, yeah, we're facing a government shutdown. Instead of having a No Kings protest, your butt should have been calling every alderman, every senator, all of them. I don't care if they're red or white or blue. And tell them, get your asses back in DC and get 6 people to vote yes so we can eat. Let's eat. For the first time, I don't care about the trans community. I don't care. I don't care. For the first time, I don't care about the undocumented. For the first time, I care about Americans. Go and get us, make sure we get fed. Then we'll make sure the less fortunate get fed too. That's how it's got to work. Yeah, we need six Democratic votes. Every Republican, even the ones that are rhinos, neocons, voted. You need to do it. Then outwork the Republicans. Outgrind them out. Stop saying Trump so much. Not every other word you can't blame it on Trump. Stop saying Trump so damn much. And maybe you can win the Senate. Maybe you can win the House. Maybe you could become the president. And then you can make some changes that are more favorable to the liberal side of the United States of America. But if you keep continuing this crap, more and more and more, the Democratic Party is going to crash. See, because you think you see a lot of people fighting ICE, and you think that you see a lot of people storming out there and waving the No King's flag. Did you see the rest of us out there? I was home chilling. I was home eating. I was home watching stuff. I was talking to friends. I was going to be a part of that crap. If you went out of your way to do that, when the government's about to shut down and you may not be eating next month, just stupid. Another news. Let's get that out of the way. The black community. I just got done lecturing to my Mexican brothers and sisters. Now I'll talk to my African American brothers and sisters. You got some problems too. You got a lot of problems, especially in Chicago, because the Flip Chicago Red, the mostly African American group, is ambushing you everywhere you make an event. Anywhere you go, Brandon, Pritzker, they're ambushing you. Many of them would have probably voted for y'all if y'all would have done the right thing. But when you let people walk into their neighborhoods knowing that their neighborhoods already are a building, it's building, it's a process in the African American community, because there is more and more middle class African Americans than ever, and communities in the African American Lower East are starting to become a little bit more middle class. When people have to pay a little bit more attention to their money, they may not decide to ride with certain people if you mess with their money. There's a couple things you should never mess with, by the way. Is money, and even if it's somebody's woman and you know that she's easy, because a lot of these women are easy, it may be in your best interest to leave some of them alone, because this world is kind of severe. Try to find a woman nobody knows. That's the best way to go. Because people talk and it gets back to people. On another front, this is on high alert to all my brothers and sisters from the streets. Those that come from the cloth of when I was younger. As you know, Cash Patel the other day said that there was a lot of gang members in Chicago, which is very true. I happen to be an ex member of a gang. So I'm not only talking to those that used to be in my gang when I was in a gang, I'm talking to every other gang member in Chicago. It is in your best interest to probably disassociate yourself from a lot of people. Because if the government's campaign continues in the United States of America and there's more and more crime, and they can start connecting that to street gangs, well, then now they're going to start messing with people that would have never been messed with before. People that haven't been active in a gang in a long time, but happen to still probably live in some of those neighborhoods. And they have nothing to do with the gang. They're living a good life, but now They've done deemed some Chicago street gang as a terrorist organization. And then now they come for everybody. So if I was you, I would lay back. Scout's honor. I would limit down the conversation. I would do what I do. Concentrate on your family, your home. Can't make everyone happy anyways. And what's the worst case scenario? You get to live till God calls you home and you ain't got to worry about getting shot in the streets. You may even get a job. Who said it? If you dedicate one full year to yourself, one full year to yourself, you will be the best version of yourself that you've ever been. Maybe this is the time. I am an advocate for you to actually quit the gang that you're in. Quit, walk away. I'm a advocate for that right now. Walk away from that shit. Just leave like it never existed. Let the few that stay behind deal with the ramifications of their actions. Been shot twice. I've been stabbed. Learn from me. It's not easy. You think it's easy being in the streets of Chicago? You think that things don't happen? See, this is a generation. You guys are drunk and high too much. When I was coming up in the late 70s and early 80s, we actually fought. You had to know how to, you know what I mean? And you had gentleman rules, some gentleman rules. There's some gentleman rules. You know why? Because all of our mothers went to church together. Now everybody goes to a different church. When the Puerto Ricans first came from Puerto Rico, they were all Catholic. Now half of them are Protestant, so they're in another church. And then when they get sick of their church, they go to a different church. And now there ain't no mothers communicating with each other, telling each other, "Hey, your son, he's hanging with the bad people. Oh, your son's hanging with the bad people too. Really? Wow." You come in and do what you have to do as a parent. Walk away. Walk away. You die, they put you in a box, and one or two people will put you on social media every once in a while that really miss you. The rest will go on there and throw a couple of hearts, a couple of prayers. God bless, good brother, die for no reason. So I walk away. Just it's easy. It's very easy. This is what you do. You stop. You block everybody that you know. Stop hanging out in the neighborhoods you hung out in. Bye. Enroll yourself in some type of program. When the government opens back up, do something with your life like you've never done before. And in that 1 year, you'll be calling me and you'll be like, "Hey, yo, Uzi, on, on the slide, I did what you told me to do. And bro, man, I got a brand new house. I got a brand new car. I'm in school. I'm about to graduate top of my class. I started a business with no money. I just started working and I did such a good job. I got referrals. This person called that person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. And all of a sudden I had to become a business. And now I'm 100% legit. Thank you for saying that. So I'm going to be the best friend you've ever had. And I'm going to tell you, walk away. A lot of those people ain't your real friends, anyways. They're not. You get something nice, they hate it. They hate you for it. You living a good life, they hate the fact you're living a good life. Walk away. What can they do? If you're away, call you abandoned ship? Like if you're in the military, did you sign up? Did you take a physical to get into your gang or something? Did you sign an application and had to get approved through human resource? Just walk away. Concentrate on yourself. I want to go online and see you happy. I want to see you. I see some of my friends that had come back home from doing a long stint. And I would say the majority of them that have stayed out the way, they're looking great. They're working out every day. I see them fit. I've you can't tell, but I've lost about 23 pounds because it's motivating me seeing them out the way happy. I'm giving you a warning from Chicago, a real motherfucker. Get the fuck out. Leave. Go to church. Go spend more time with your kids if you got some. If you got a girl, make it a great relationship. You never know. If she's meant for you, why drag her on the streets with you? Take her out. Get her out too. Or if you just want to concentrate on yourself, I beg you, is walk away from that lifestyle. Because we're going to be entering the golden age of the United States of America. And every single person on here has the opportunity to be whatever they want to be. And I endorse that. I endorse the best version of you that has ever existed. That's what I want for you. That's how much love I got for my people. I called my best friend yesterday. When I got kicked out of Chicago and I was living in Brooklyn. And we was living in the same hood. This guy got 13 apartments in Puerto Rico. 13 of them. One of my best friends. Yeah. You have a dream, you focus, you do what you got to do, and it gets done. And you know how people be telling you, don't tell people about what you got planned because then it won't happen? Nah. My boy told me since the first time he did it. I remember when he said he was going to buy his first little house. Lewis, if you out there, God bless you, brother. I remember when he bought his first house. Remember when he bought his second house. And when he bought his second house in Queens. Remember when he bought his first condo in San Juan. And then I remember when he bought a couple of other apartments in Isla Verde. And then I remember when he told me I'm gonna build an hacienda. And then I remember every time he told me he was gonna do something, he was met with these forces that were meant to stop his vision. Because he's my best friend. He tells me, oh man, the bank said no. Man, the bank said no. And the bank said yes. What did I tell him? Oh man, yeah, stop it, forget it. No, I said, bro, don't give up. Don't quit. You'll figure it out. When he said, I'm gonna open up an hacienda, I said, bro, I'll be so proud of you. Because that's been your vision since you were little. And he opened up. And then now he bought the land across from it, and now he's gonna make another hacienda. You see what I'm saying? Walk the hell away. There's your boy Big Eddie Uzi. And I'll see y'all on the other side of the viaduct. And then my mouse would work, I would click off.